just wait a few seconds. You know, I sent you like an entire itinerary of what we're going to talk about, right?
Huh?
You know, I sent all of you like the entire itinerary of what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Okay.
I like how nervous you are.
Come on. Wait.
We're live. Hi. You want to come in front of the camera?
Hi.
Okay.
I don't want that.
Okay.
All right. Hello, everybody. We are live from Seed Studio. We're going to wait a few seconds here as I try to navigate some stuff. All right.
这个背景好丑啊。
If you don't want to be on camera, shoo. Shoo. Albert! I'm being attacked by our CTO. Are you sure you don't want to be on camera, Albert?
It's really live.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah, it is
live.
live.
You're now on camera. A little bit too much. All right. So, I think we're about good and ready to go. Stream is pretty stable, not as much as I would like, but close enough. And we fixed the URL issue.
That's good.
All right, cool. So, or the key issue. Posted. Ooh. Close out of those. Hi, people, as I awkwardly try to play with Windows in front of you. All right. So, first of all, my name is Seth Welday. Welcome to Seed Studio's second live stream. I'm joined today with my colleague Lakshantha, whose name is very long. I guess in Sri Lanka you have 6 names.
Yeah. Normally we have a lot of names.
That's
for
intense,
one person,
man.
Right.
I have 3. Seth Andrew Welday.
Good for you.
All right. Well, Lakshantha, you were first an intern with Seed.
Yeah,
And
I
now
was.
you're a full-time employee.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and let everyone know what you do here at Seed real quick?
Yeah, sure. Actually, hey everybody. So actually, at the moment, I focus on marketing at Seed Studio, and mainly I do like videos for YouTube, and also I do a lot of content for our products. Maybe you've seen our YouTube channel. Like we post a lot of new product videos. So most of the videos are actually done by me. Maybe I have not introduced
So
in person.
you're like a hand model.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, you guys have not seen me maybe on YouTube. Like maybe this is the first time you're seeing me.
Have you ever
like
seen the
my
movie?
face.
Have you ever seen the movie Zoolander?
Zoolander. I've heard about it, but I have not really
Okay.
seen it.
I'm gonna force you to watch that over the break, which will. Oh, we're going on vacation for a while. We'll get to that in a moment. But you need to watch Zoolander.
Okay.
It's all about models, even hand models.
Okay.
And it's just great. It's one of my favorite movies.
I have a look at it. Yeah.
You need to. So you make a lot of the YouTube videos,
Yeah, I do.
and then you also said you wrote most of the, quite a few of the blogs. Not
Yes,
most
I
of them.
do.
I think a lot of the blogs you write.
Yeah, I do.
What do those blogs talk about?
Actually, mainly the blogs talk about our new products because we normally release new products every week. So like every Tuesday we release new products, and especially it's Grow modules because this year we have released a lot of Grow modules. Maybe you guys know a lot. Maybe you guys know already about Grow. Yeah, our community already.
Well, I would hope they know about Grove,
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
not,
Yeah.
you know what?
Yeah.
I can actually. Well, we'll pull up Grove a little bit later when we go over the
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
new products.
Yeah, so it's mainly about new products, and that's pretty much it. Yeah,
Awesome.
and it's been a great journey at Seed for me for this.
It's okay.
past
We've already
year.
hired
Yeah.
you. So actually, I hired you, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I did. Okay. That was like a year ago. I'm getting old. All right. So, quickly, I want to talk about what we're gonna chat about today. And sorry, webcam here, computer here. So first, we're gonna go over a little bit of some community events. I want to talk about Maker Faire Shenzhen and how we at Seed actually have our own booth in Hongchuan Bay. But we also, I should send you photos of that later. But we also are giving free tours of Hongchuangbei to people who are in Shenzhen. So if you come visit, we'll actually have one of our employees give a tour on Thursdays, I believe, of Hongchuangbei. So you can walk around, see all the electronics. It's a lot of fun if you ever get a chance to come to Shenzhen. It's the electronic nerds' paradise. I was actually there yesterday briefly. I was trying to live stream, but VPNs would not let me. And every time I go there, I'm like a kid at a candy shop. I'm like, I want that, I want that, I want that. Jumping up and down, all these LEDs, all these fun, exciting battery packs, different LCD screens. It's amazing. But we're going to talk about that. Then I want to talk about something that I don't think a lot of people in the US are that familiar with unless you're really plugged into tech news. Super apps. I guess Uber is trying to do this when they combine themselves with Uber Eats and everything. But these are apps that basically are almost their own operating systems. China has several with WeChat, Alibaba, and I think there's one more that's kind of like that. But we're seeing them roll out amongst South America as well. And that's something to be on the lookout for a new tech trend. And if you're an entrepreneur, it's something that you probably should be on your radar just so you can understand what it is. We'll go over those a little bit. Then I also want to talk about something that I found that was kind of cool about Lidar as an interface. So I found like a project recently where on a flat surface, you can actually place your hand and Lidar can detect like what position your hand is, what gestures you're making to interact. And I want to show that off and share the link with everyone. That's cool. I thought it was super cool. And then we're going to go over some of our new products. Today we're going to go over this guy right here, our Xilinx. It's a Spartan 5 Edge accelerator board.
Yeah, it's Spartan 7.
Yeah, Spartan 7. So this is like their new cost point one, right? Yeah, but you can slide this onto like your Arduino and stuff, and we'll talk about it. It's an FPGA that you can run by itself, or you can
it's a pretty exciting product.
You also put it onto an Arduino, but it has to be a 5-volt Arduino, I believe. Okay, cool. Then we're also going to show off way too many. Oh, you have it plugged in. Moment. We're also going to show off a bunch of LED rings that we have, and talked about those a little bit. LED rings are always fun. And we'll do a little quick demo with those. Then we're going to move on to some third-party products. I'm going to invite one of our colleagues on. He mostly only speaks Chinese, so we'll get a translator to help out. He's going to be showing off some stuff in our robotics category that we're growing and give a little demo. We also have a new motor driver that we're working on. I'm not sure if I was supposed to say that. Now you know. Which hopefully he'll also be able to show off. I don't know if he's showing that off or if he's showing off the old ones we used to sell for this. And then I also want to talk about in hardware news something, well, I guess the Lidar interface is hardware news, but there's a new project called the Open Thermal Camera. It's a really cheap thermal camera that you can actually get.
Interesting.
And it has some interesting uses for debugging hardware and stuff like that too. I know back when I was at my startup, gosh, I'm feeling old, years ago, we'll go that way, we actually did use a thermal camera a few times to actually look at some of our PCBs that we manufactured and see what area was broken on each one real quick. And then we could try to resolder and fix it. Sometimes it was too late by that point, but we could sometimes try to resolder and fix some of them, and we could salvage some of them. Also, thermal cameras are just fun. I remember like we had to hang some stuff in our office, and so we would look at the walls with the thermal camera, and then it would actually show us where the beams were. It's kind of cool.
Inside the wall.
Yeah, inside the wall. So, oh, yeah, you're being cut off. Thank you for that, Anson.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, we won't cut you off too much. I guess I kind of like you. We'll show some of your face there, buddy.
All
there you
right.
go. That's a little better. So that's kind of what we're going to do. All right. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, I'm going to change the camera over to our Maker Faire Shenzhen info. Ta-da! Magic! All right. So, Maker Faire Shenzhen 2019 still happening. It's actually going to be located at our X Factory, which is kind of like our big showroom for Seed, where we show off quite a few of our projects. It's also a maker space, kind of like a co-working space as well. So it should be kind of fun. We're going to house it there. So, what we're going to be doing, it's going to be November 9th through 10th. And as I said, it's going to be basically like at one of our offices. It's going to be a little bit smaller than some of the previous years. But with Maker Faire having issues, we think that's kind of appropriate. It's free to attend. There's no cost. So when you show up, you just walk on in, and you can interact, talk to all the makers, and I'm sure you can find someone to help translate if they only speak Chinese, but we'll have lots of international makers as well, and we might steal some university students this year to help translate and to help any visitors learn. But it should be a lot of fun. So we will be doing that. In addition, as I attempt to get this working, actually that's about it. I think our call for makers is closed at this point. Here are some very quick, almost seizure-inducing images of some of the stuff that's been there before. Robot fighting. I bought a bunch of educational projects as well. Just a bunch of fun things. So please make sure that you attend if you're in the area, and have a good time. All right, that's about that for that right now. So then I also want to talk about our offline store. So it's the first official Seed offline store, and it's open in Huangshuangbei.
Huaqiangbei.
Huangshuangbei.
Huaqiangbei. Yeah.
Huangshuangbei. I should know this by now.
It's okay.
I've only been here 3 years. Hey, you went to college here. I
did.
I am a horrible American. So we have a store open in Huangshuangbei. Better?
Yes.
Okay. So something that we often get asked when people come visit is, where can we buy seed products? Where can we buy seed products? And we really didn't have an easy way to sell them to people who visited our office. But now we do. You can go down to Huangshuangbei, or you can maybe even buy it from us here and then go pick them up there. There's a few options. But as you can see here, we literally have a booth in Huangshuangbei. Tiger is actually one of the oldest members of Seed. He left for a while, then came back recently, about a year ago. He is going to be manning the booth down there. So also, if like you are a potential distributor and you want to come and then bring some products to sell back in your country, you can start the conversation with him as well if you want to have a physical market, just a place where we can actually buy our stuff. We're pretty excited. You can have everything there from our re-speaker line to, I think we might be selling Raspberry Pis there, I'm not sure. But I think we sell Arduino Uno there.
Yeah.
We sell a lot of our Grove sensors.
Yeah.
And if not, we can get you access to them within like a day or two from our warehouse. We can't fit all of our products in that tiny booth, but you can go there, grab stuff. And then again, what's really exciting, I think, is that, where do they talk about it? Blah, 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 blah. All right. We have information on Tiger's WeChat, so you can add Tiger Hong very simply. And then even more importantly, do they talk about it here? I don't see it.
No.
The tour. Well, I'm going to talk about it anyway. So we offered tours of Huangshuangbei. So again, that is like the big electronics market where you can find everything from individual capacitors. You can find everything to make your own smartphone, as Scotty Allen showed us in his Stranger Part series where he made his own iPhone. You can find everything there. It's really exciting. And Tiger will actually give tours on Thursdays, which is tomorrow for us. Mm-hmm. So this is actually really exciting. If you come here, you can get some tours. Sometimes it's to pay for it, or sometimes you have to come here with money and people thinking that you want to buy a lot of stuff. But it's kind of fun just to actually get a tour of the place, see what's going on. So we'll have information on our blog for that. I'll find it and I'll share it in the description after the live stream. And if not, we will make a blog. I'll have Lily make a blog. And we will go ahead and post that information in the description within 24 hours. So we'll share all that information, because if you ever get a chance, visiting Shenzhen and visiting Huangshuangbei is one of the greatest experiences a maker who works with electronics or an engineer can ever have. It's seeing all the supply chain in one place. If you have an idea, you can just build it. Like you can buy like discrete single components if you want. They will sell them to you, and then you can just like throw a prototype together that functions half the time, and it gives you an idea of what's really possible. And then you can go back through the supply chain you found and actually bring it all together, put in like the real engineering work to actually make all these different parts integrate properly, and create your new product or create your artwork, your installation, whatever it may be. And I think that's really exciting.
Yeah, and actually, if you what's more exciting is that if you want to make a project, like you can pretty much find like all the components there in one day. You just go there, and like just roam around for like a couple of hours. You get everything that you want. For your
One
project.
day is a little stretching it. It's really big. And if you're like me, you'll get distracted by all the shiny LEDs and all the screens and just being amazed by everything there. But if you're dedicated and you know the market and you have a guide, you can totally do it in one day.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, for sure.
If you know the places, yes.
Yeah. All right. So, real quick before we move on to some other stuff, I want to talk about super apps. This was up on TechCrunch.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, well, super apps are spreading, and we'll talk a little bit about what super app means momentarily. I don't think there's like a fixed definition. Oh my gosh, my computer is so slow. How can I highlight this? One moment. Oh, I'm trying to get the next link I want to share highlighted. I don't know if that worked. We'll find out. Might fail horribly. Oh yeah, that totally failed. Oh my gosh. Control C. So I get the second link up for you guys. We're gonna YouTube your YouTube. Don't think this is a link I really wanted to share, but whatever. I'll figure that out in a moment. All right. So this is TechCrunch. This is about super apps. Super apps which are taking over a lot of the world.
Do you mean by mini programs, super apps?
Not just that.
Mini programs.
So no, not just that.
Okay.
So let me actually grab my phone so I can actually show them like what a super app kind of looks like on my phone, and then I'll be right back.
Yeah. Did you find it? Oh, it's here. It's here. Oh, I saw it.
So that's my phone right behind me and not at my desk. All right. So what is a super app? Well, I think there's a few loose definitions, but oh dang it! I'll do it later. So a super app is basically a application on your phone, which does a lot of things. So you never need another app. So in a way, you have some stuff like WeChat, which is a communication program. But I also have a payment app, so I can pay like for food. I can sell something to someone, and they can scan my code and pay me. I can do all of that with WeChat, and that's kind of exciting / creepy. So, trying to scroll down to where there's no cursing briefly. Someone just told me some bad news that we found out. All right, so this is what WeChat kind of looks like. Kind of hard to see right there. But this is just the chat. So if I click on one of these, it opens up a chat with one of my coworkers. And it's like a normal chat app. But on top of that, I can come back out and I can scan QR codes, which could allow me to pay for something. I can click on this money app. And then behind a lock. God, it's so bright. Oh, there's like a little lock screen. And then once I get inside, I can receive money. I have a QR where I can just scan it and pay for something. I can split a bill with friends. But that's not all. This app also has infrastructure to build other apps inside of it. So for example, when in the morning I take the bus to work, there's an app for that inside of WeChat. So all I do is I hit this button and it will generate a QR code that I can scan to ride the bus. I can check like where the buses are. I can pre-order buses. Also, another app I have is a bus tracker, so I can see where any bus is in the city. And then I also have my subway QR code, so I can take the metro. And so you have all these apps built in, and they even have an ecosystem to build apps. So it's like if you're programming in Swift, WeChat has a basic environment where you can actually develop. And I'll go over this one day. Maybe I'll actually do like a little workshop on how to do this. But WeChat actually has, not what I wanted. But WeChat actually has like the development tools where you can actually build your own app inside of it using, instead of HTML, I think they call it like WeChat ML, or no, WXML, Weixin ML markup language, Weixin SS instead of CSS.
Really?
They're trying to build a walled garden that you can't get out of to keep their apps around. But you can build things to register for an event or to sell your products through their app, which over 1 billion people use their app on a daily basis. Because everyone in China uses Weixin or WeChat. So it's really exciting.
Actually, WeChat also makes you wallet free. You don't need to carry your wallet around.
Actually, yeah, that's like one of the best things about being here.
One of the
I don't
best
need a wallet. I don't worry about change. I hate change. So that's kind of exciting. But in South America, it's starting to spread there. So WeChat and Alipay are the ones in China. But they're having some that are growing really fast. To give you an example, I believe, I don't think it was Grab.
That's in the South Asia.
Yeah, that's in South Asia. So South Asia has them too, and that's like Grab, which does food and ride hailing and a bunch of other weird things. I think you do payments as well with that, just like with WeChat. But in Latin America, they're starting to grow. There's several companies around the entire continent which are playing this game to grow this super app idea. It's something that, like, you know, in the U.S. we really don't have, because we have like a bunch of apps that do one thing really well. And that's just kind of how we flow in the U.S. So it's a little weird to me sometimes that I have one app that does all of this. It's kind of scary that app has all that power. But then I kind of step back and like, wait, Google's not much different. Like, I have all these Google apps for all these different things, and they're just different apps. Whereas for WeChat, it's all just one app. So it's kind of exciting to like learn about this stuff and see how it works, and to realize that the U.S. really isn't that different, because in the end we just have a bunch of discrete apps. But companies like Google and Apple, they have a lot of those filled out. And Facebook is even doing it too with like their Facebook Marketplace, where you can sell. It's kind of like a what's it called? Swap meet. We actually go and you sell stuff. I don't know. Have you ever heard of swap meets?
Swap meet? No, I haven't.
Like in the U.S., like it's like usually like these giant parking lots, like these buildings. People just set up like their own like little tents there. Essentially, I think there's some registration, but you can sell your stuff. It's almost like a massive garage sale for everyone. Okay. And then some people are like professionals and sell professional goods there as well. That's kind of what a swap meet is in a way.
All right.
Or a flea market. I don't know. Like,
flea market. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I wonder how that word came about. It sounds kind of horrible. Now that I think about it. But yeah, so it's kind of cool to see that like that. We actually have this stuff coming to Latin America now, and I just think it's really exciting because it's showing like this idea that like the Chinese like kind of really pioneered and pushed works. It's worked in China, it's worked in Southeast Asia, and now it's going to South America. And I think it's something to keep track of, because if you're an entrepreneur, people are trying to pass by the lights. If you're an entrepreneur, you might want to target international markets at some point. And I know about half our customers are not from the U.S., and they're going to be in places that might be affected by these super apps. So I want to bring it to their attention. I'll share this URL as well. Very interesting stuff. So then there's another one that I want to show off. This is called Surface Sight. And I'll try to click here. Surface Sight is incredibly cool, I think. Basically, it's using a Lidar and a smart speaker to load the web page, load the web page. Or don't load the web page. Okay, so basically, what it is in the end is, let me go and make sure I can see myself here. So what it is let's say you have like some surface, we'll use my chest in this case, and you have like a smart speaker. Well, smart speakers are great. You can talk to them. Some of them have touch screens. But wouldn't it be great if a smart speaker could actually identify what an object is? So, here it is. So the idea behind Surface Sight is essentially you add a Lidar. I think actually might be an RP Lidar. So you actually add a Lidar to the bottom of like an Amazon Alexa or something. And this Lidar can spin. So if I put onto this table an object like a cereal box, I can actually figure out what the shape of that unique item is. And surprisingly, this works really well. Like you would think like all bowls would look the same, but apparently they really don't.
Oh.
And you can tell the difference between like a bowl and a coffee mug. So there's actually enough discrete information.
Interesting.
But you can actually figure out what they are. So it can automatically identify, oh, this is a coffee mug. So imagine like if you have it on a table, you have a recipe, and the recipe updates and moves on only as you put the stuff on the table. Oh, bring out like a measuring cup and bring out a tablespoon. And it can identify that you've brought those out. It can identify that you brought out the box of powdered sugar. And it can try to help guide you through this and everything. And you can still ask it, hey Alexa, what is, how many tablespoons are in a cup? Which I think is a lot. It's a bad example. But anyway, you can get information like that easily out of it. And it has like the contextual information to make sure you're doing things properly now. It's giving that additional information. So
That's interesting.
I believe this came out with MIT and someone else, and now the guy who ran the project actually works with Apple, I believe.
So is it already out in the market?
Oh no, I don't think so. It's just
Okay.
a white paper essentially.
Okay.
But you can see here, like it can identify like their fingers, so it's tracking their fingers. It's doing clustering, so it can detect their hands. It classifies their hand over here. It actually says hand. Over here, it can tell bowl and cereal box. And here's a bowl and milk. So it's able to tell what these things are discreetly. It can track where your hands are. They even did an overlay of a projector, so you could actually like get like a visual representation of what's actually happening. This is really cool stuff, and they were actually even able to tell like if someone was facing the camera or someone was turned away. And I find this really exciting because I'm always excited by Lidar. I think Lidar is one of the coolest things in the world because Lidar enables you to not just map a room, but map an environment in real time. And there's a lot of privacy in it. It's not like having a video camera. So while you could do all of this with a video camera, probably with more accuracy, it would take a little bit more power. And there's privacy concerns. Whereas here, you don't have those privacy concerns.
Yeah.
And as you can see, like they figure out, oh, this is a grater or a grinder.
Yeah.
Here's a pepper mill, 1 cup, half cup, third cup. They're figuring out all this stuff. Hand drills, apple, not an apple. The important things.
Yes.
Make sure that you don't have an apple. But you can see like they have all this data on the different. Wrong button, Seth. You can see they actually had all these. Darn it!
Okay.
I messed everything up. I'm a failure. Lakshanta, why? Why am I so terrible? So we're gonna reload these. But you can actually see like the data of all the discrete points that Lidar picked up and how they can represent different shapes. And while as humans we might not be able to make sense of all these differences, the computers and Lidar actually are able to. Here we go. So these are all different shapes. So mixing bowl versus a strainer versus mortar and pestle, a chopping board. These are all discrete edges that it can detect and figure out what they are. Multimeter, painter's tape, spray paint. They're able to identify these. And that's really powerful. The only hard part is that, the very hard part, is that you have to keep your workspace kind of clean. So you might be able to use it in your life. Not me. All right. They can also do different, they also show everything else they do. And I'll let other people take a look at this later if they're interested. A lot of information, a lot of cool stuff. Hopefully it helps some people out. All right. I don't know why I X'd out of that, but I did. I'm a rebel. Okay. So, up next, I actually want to start talking about the Spartan Edge. Why can I not copy the link? There we go. I want to start talking about like the products we're going to show off today. So why don't you start telling us about the Spartan Edge while I go over to the external camera.
Yeah, sure. So this is Spartan Edge. So this is a product that we've been working for quite a long time, and we released it actually last.
Make sure you put up the camera.
Yeah, this is the board. So we released this last week, and
yeah, new product.
New product. So it's a new product, and actually we already got a lot of feedback from our users about this product. And okay, so to explain you about the board.
A little nervous for your first live stream?
Yeah, it's my first live stream, so yeah.
It's okay.
Uh-huh.
Don't worry about it.
So basically, this is an FPGA development board. Actually, it's our first FPGA development board. We have not developed an FPGA board.
Well, FPGA development boards for makers and at a lower price point are actually very new.
Yes.
They've only been around for maybe 2 years at most.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like when I saw the first one, I think it was like maybe a year ago. I forget which one it was. But I was really excited to see this because FPGAs, for those that don't know, that stands for Field Programmable Gate Array.
Yes.
You know what? What is an FPGA? For those that don't know yet.
Well,
You want me to do it? Okay. So FPGAs.
Yeah, you can do it.
All right. So, sorry, I actually studied a little bit of this in school, so I'm a little bit more familiar. All right. So an FPGA is actually just a bunch of logic gates, or essentially, and you basically can write code to change these logic gates and to fuse them into mimicking hardware. So let's say you have a bunch of AND gates, or NAND gates. Let's go NAND gates. NAND logic is better. So you have a bunch of NAND gates in there. You can actually program them to act like a CPU. So you can basically mimic and simulate a type of CPU. You want to make one of the original 8051s, one of those old first microcontrollers that we had? You can essentially do that with an FPGA and mimic the exact same functionality. Or better yet, when you have an algorithm that you want to implement, sometimes it might take maybe 50,000 clock cycles to go through the entire algorithm, but on average. But if you can put it into hardware, maybe it will only take 10,000, maybe it'll only take 5,000, because the hardware doesn't have to recycle through the CPU again and again. It can put in all the inputs at once, and it can calculate them simultaneously, spitting out the desired output. Much quicker than if you were doing something based on a CPU. And then if you ever want to change it or update your hardware, with an FPGA you just reprogram it. Now, this isn't the end all to every solution, because FPGAs only have a limited amount of time that you can reprogram them. Eventually their gates do fail. I don't remember how many times you can reprogram them off the top of my head, but I think it's typically less than 1,000. Mm-hmm. Probably a lot less than that now that I think about it. That's kind of, fusing them is kind of rough on the circuitry, I'd assume. But you can reprogram them several times to do different things. And this would be much faster than the hardware you could build discretely, or even some code you could run on like little 16 megahertz Arduino. Mm-hmm. It can run much quicker. And that's what makes it exciting, is that you can take these ideas, these software ideas or these hardware ideas, and mimic them inside of an FPGA. And get the benefit of speed, potentially, well, maybe not power. I'm not sure about that one. But it's kind of exciting. So what else do we have on this board besides, so first of all, let me actually change the camera. Hold it up there one more time so you can see it. And then say goodbye as we switch views. Dun, dun, dun. All right. So
it is based on the Xilinx.
This is what they're seeing here.
So this one. This is the Xilinx Spartan 7.
I don't know if I can see my
FPGA.
mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right in the middle of it, you actually have the main chip is actually the Spartan 5.
Yes, Spartan 7.
Spartan 7.
Yes.
Sorry. Thank you for correcting me.
No problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is pretty powerful. It has like 100 megahertz clock speed and 360 kilobytes RAM, as I remember. Yeah.
Well, we can look it up real quick.
Yeah, we can look it up.
So, So, we should mention real quick that right here, that on there as well is a SAMD 21.
No.
Oh no,
That's
we have the
the
ESP. I'm
yeah.
sorry, it's the ESP32.
Yeah. So
I
what's more
apologize.
interesting is that this you can have wireless connectivity using this board.
Yeah, so you
you can
actually have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So we'll get to the speed in a second, actually. To make it easier for me as I scroll down through this webpage, let's just go ahead and highlight the key features here.
Yeah.
So first, we actually wrote an API library, right, for Arduino?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
So we actually have the API library for Arduino.
Yeah.
So you don't actually need to know how to program an FPGA. You don't need to know VHDL or Verilog.
Yeah.
You actually can just program with Arduino.
Yes.
I assume there's some limitations in that and not quite as effective, but you can do that.
Yeah.
And that makes it much more friendly to makers.
Surely. Yeah.
Because if I recall, it was very difficult. That was like a class I did not quite do well in.
Yeah. Because normally you have to use either VHDL or Verilog to program on an FPGA. But since we have the full FPGA APIs for Arduino, it allows even for the people who really don't know about FPGA to get started with FPGA.
Well, that's exciting.
Using this board, yeah.
So then, it can stand alone, or we can use it with the Arduino. So,
Yes.
so we do have an Arduino API,
Yeah,
and
we
it can
do.
be used with that.
Yeah.
But we don't need to use the Arduino, right?
We don't need to, because when you buy the board from Bazaar, this is how it comes like. So the headers are not soldered into the board.
Okay.
So we will provide the headers inside the packaging. So if you want to use it as a shield.
So we don't ship with the blue headers.
No, we don't.
Oh well, no. Well, we do ship with them. They're just not
They're
soldered
not soldered.
on.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So actually, if you want to use it as a shield, so you can solder it like this, in this form, like analog Arduino and digital Arduino pins.
Okay.
So this is standalone. If you want to use it, this is shield. And if you want to use it as standalone, then there's like a breakout from FPGA board, right here. These pins are all broken out from the FPGA.
So down here beneath the digital Arduino are actually like the pins that you can solder on to break it out.
Yeah.
Correct?
So, correct.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
All right.
So actually, when talking about this point, so when you use it as
A standalone,
as
you're
standalone,
using the
you have to use
ESP?
and you use the software. What's it called?
Oh, I saw this.
It's called
For standalone, the software is called the
Vivado
Vivado.
Design Studio. Yeah. So
Yes.
that's the software offered by Xilinx themselves.
And we have like a little tutorial on how to get started.
Yes, we do. So
Okay.
you can go into the wiki page and you can easily get started with this board. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. So we have a guide for standalone, and we have a
Yes.
guide for Arduino mode,
Sure.
shield mode.
Yeah.
All right,
we do.
awesome.
Yeah.
So as we kind of mentioned, like it actually has the ESP32 on it,
Yeah.
and that is so that like if you use it as standalone, you still have something to help program it, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm not that familiar with this board. I remember
also-
I was really excited about 2 months ago. I was like, yeah, we need to make this. This is so cool. And I remember I was linking them all this stuff on it. Like, no, this is like the future. More and more of these boards are coming out, these FPGA boards, and we should have one too. Let's find a partner to work with. I was all excited. But yeah, I don't know enough. I just know that you can do cool things.
Yeah. And also another thing that we haven't really highlighted on our wiki is that when using the ESP32, you can go connect to IoT cloud, right? I mean, you can communicate with the cloud.
Yeah, so
But-
you can actually bring your FPGA to the cloud
To
easily.
the cloud easily. And there's one thing that you can do more, that is using the FPGA board, you can make the cloud connection secure.
Oh, that's right. So why don't we go over some of
So you can have a secure cloud connection through by using the FPGA.
Yeah,
board.
so I kind of talked about algorithms earlier. Let's go ahead and talk about that. You can actually make hardware encryption algorithms
Yes.
on this FPGA.
Yes, you do.
So you can add additional security to one of your projects. So that's actually really exciting. And that'd be kind of a cool demo if we have time to do a demo like that. There's other fun things you can do too. Hang on, where's encryption?
Yeah,
There we go.
signal encryption.
So you can also do stuff like vision identification.
Yeah.
So you can hook up a low resolution camera to this,
Yeah.
and that should have enough firepower to actually do some machine vision, I would assume. Yeah, right here. Image processing and computer vision, all on hardware.
Yeah.
So you're freeing up like your Raspberry Pi or something to handle other issues. Maybe whatever the issue might be, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But you can actually do that. And where you
Yeah.
can actually even get some output input is we have a mini HDMI, right?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
So it's USB-C, and then we also have a mini HDMI, if you can see that. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. And also you can connect the camera using this CSI, the interface, camera interface.
Oh, we have one?
Yeah, we have
I did not notice that.
this
Thank
one.
you.
Yeah, no problem.
So the CSI camera interface.
Yeah.
Now, the one minor downside to this board, if I recall, is this board, unfortunately, requires a 5-volt Arduino. 3.3 will not work.
Yes, that's right.
And we explained somewhere in our documentation why. Essentially, like if you do 3.3, it's going to drop a little bit too low on voltage, and you'll get brownouts, and it's just not going to function properly. So in the end, we need to make sure that we actually have 5 volts going in, so that the voltage divider that we have on board can always output the clean 3.3 to power the FPGA. Because the FPGA itself, I believe, should be 3.3 volt logic. I think all Spartans are at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know, 10 years ago it might have been different. I don't remember. It's been a long time for me. But
So, yeah.
like all the input output, I think we're operating at 5 volts. So this is actually really cool. I think it's neat.
Yeah, and also when we talk about the
Oh, and we have an
the camera-
accelerometer and gyroscope
Oh
on
yeah,
board.
we do have that as well.
So it also has an accelerometer and gyroscope built in on board. Do you know where that is? Oh, right there.
Yeah.
So that's this
Yeah,
guy right
that-
here
yeah.
next to the ESP32. Little guy. I'll scroll up. So it's right beneath the two Grove connectors. You can see like, the big FPGA, and then you can see like, the ESP32. It's kind of in the middle of those. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. And also this the interface can do like 30 frames per second image processing, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that is really cool. Do you know what resolution that is?
The
30 frames per
resolution,
second.
yeah. You can
Well, let's see if I can find
you
it
can
here.
find the resolution.
As I slowly go through this, we'll see if it works.
Yeah.
Nope, not working. No, it's not popping up here. We'll have to find it later.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's either here or else it's on the sales page. So, this is kind of fun. How much is it going for? What's the price on this?
It's about
Our
I
buy now
think
button is
it's
not here.
about 30
Actually, no, I have the other tab with me.
something. Yeah,
$35.90.
$35.99. Yeah.
And if you order 20
sorry,
plus, you get it
$35.99.
for $34.50.
Yeah.
So there you go. Some other photos of this up close. Backside. There's an SD card slot. Top side again.
Yeah.
And then for dimensions, if you care about that, just Arduino Shield size. So I think most people will know the size of this.
And it's open source.
It is. So that's actually really exciting. So, tell me a little bit about these LED rings.
Yeah. So let's move on to the LED rings then.
Yes, the army of LED rings that we have.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and start opening up these links, which should have been opened earlier. Dang it, wish I didn't restart the computer now. Ah well, don't know to do it. So we actually have 4 different sizes, right?
Yeah, we do.
But you're only showing off 3-day because one of them is an older product, the other 3 are new?
Yeah. Because before we have released the 20 LED ring. 20
Okay, so we
LED
had the
ring.
20 LED ring.
Yes, that is what we had before. And like 2 weeks ago, we released like 3 new LED rings. And these are the 3 LED rings that we released.
Got to show off our bling, huh?
So we got a smaller one, which is 16, and a little bigger one, 24, and a very big one, that is 42. Can you believe it? 42 LEDs in one ring? That is big.
I can believe that actually.
Okay.
I think we should make a 5,000 one.
Okay. Let's do it next time.
Can you imagine how hot that would get?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm pulling this stuff up. So this is one of the new ones. This is the 16.
Yeah, that is 16.
And if I recall, one thing that's cool about these is as long as 2 of them in a row don't break,
Correct.
the rest will keep working. So
Yeah.
if one LED breaks,
Yeah.
all the other ones will keep functioning.
Yeah. It's called single point break point continuous
Okay, but if
transmission.
2 of them break in a row,
Yeah.
then it all dies.
It all dies, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's still pretty cool,
Yeah.
because that way it will last longer, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. And also, like, these LEDs are like all addressable, so you can communicate to any LED you want. So
Okay.
yeah,
And not just that, like I want to point something out that I've never seen anyone do this yet, but I do want to point out that there's actually 2 ways to control them. One is through the Grove connector here. The other is through, you got these all sticky. All right. The other is through these pads on the side.
Yeah.
These pads on the side, you can actually connect them adjacent to each other, more or less like this. And if you connect them through cable or whatever,
you can show them from the back.
actually that's a better idea.
Okay.
I know I had you on the show for a reason, man. It's to correct my dumminess. All right. So, on the back, you actually can see that there's some pads. So, these pads here. Oh, that's the wrong way, like this. Sorry. There's actually a direction to them. There's an arrow.
Yeah.
You can see that they can connect through those pads there. Not focusing too well on me, but that's okay. Da-da-da, try. Focus on this, not me. I'm beautiful, but focus on this instead. Yeah, well, we try. But there's pads that you can actually connect to. So what library do these use? Did we have to write a library for it, or was there already an existing library that we used?
Actually, we use a NeoPixel.
The Adafruits? Okay, cool. Yeah, well, that's a
Yeah.
great library.
That's a great library.
I think everyone uses that.
Yeah.
No, Adafruit did an amazing job.
Yeah.
So shout out to Adafruit for their amazing software library. Y'all go. All right. So go back over here to the. So yeah, so you can connect them that way. Pretty exciting. Oh, here it is. This explains the single break point
Point continue.
continuous transmission. So if only one dies, you can keep running through. And even if every other one dies, you're fine. But if 2 die adjacent to each other, they all lose power. But that's actually pretty cool. You should get like a little bit longer life out of these.
Yeah.
We have more hardware overview stuff talking about it.
Yeah, and also like if you want, like as Seth mentioned, you can cascade them into continuous, right?
Now, can you also do that for different sizes?
You can, yes, you can.
Or will there be like some downside with software in doing that?
No, because you can control each and every LED.
Oh, okay.
So because
but,
of
but,
that-
but I still need to know like when it stops and continues to the next side.
Sorry.
Okay, so I get that.
Yeah.
But so for the software, I still need to know where it stops and continues on. So if I connect via here, what would be the first one on here that lights up? Do you know?
Okay,
Or is that just a quick test to find out?
that's a quick test to find out.
All right, so we have to do a quick test to find that out.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal though.
Yeah, yeah.
And then also I noticed that these are USB-C.
Yeah, because this needs additional power. This is not.
Because this is really big.
Yeah.
So in order to get enough power for the big one,
Yeah.
we actually put on a USB-C connector.
Yeah, actually, we recommend using USB-C. You can use it with Arduino, but you cannot use other sensors.
Website gore.
Yeah.
All right. It's fixing itself. The CSS is loading. All right. So let's take a look at that real quick. I want to show that off so people aren't surprised if they buy the big one and they get that USB-C.
Yeah.
So USB-C is up here at top. See if I can get a bigger image to load. Or not really. Oh, there we go. So there's USB-C up top, and it looks like we have like a little voltage regulator maybe.
Yeah, should be.
I'd assume it's a voltage regulator. All right, well that makes sense. So the USB up top of the voltage regulator, because this needs so much power to drive all these LEDs.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So
And
if we do
actually-
get the 100 one, we'll have to like send it with like a big, like almost computer power supply. Just output the 5 volts from there.
Pretty much.
5 volt, 12 amps.
Yeah.
All
But
right,
then again,
cool.
if you want to extend, like if you want to connect many, then you have to. There's like a power V in. This one. This
Okay.
one V in. So you need to power each and every LED ring if you want to connect them together.
Well, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, got you.
Yeah.
All right, and then we made this pig thing.
Oh yeah, we did.
You guys had way too much fun making this pig. Is it the year
Well,
of the pig?
no.
It's the year of the dog, right?
It's year of the 95. Wait, let me. It's year of the pig.
Oh, it is
95.
year of the pig.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, I should know this, but I'm terrible.
Actually, here's the thing. Like this one, we try to make it a bear. Okay. And then in another video, we make it as a pig. This is a bear. And if you go to the video, it's a pig.
Okay. Okay, I got you. All right.
Yeah.
I'll accept it for now.
Okay, so that is a pig.
Yeah, we also had that GIF, I think, if I can get it to load.
Okay, I think that's a video on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. Well, we also have a video showing these working, streaming to some LEDs. I think it's going to look terrible to you guys, but we'll try to get it going.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the pig.
Well, it looks good to us. To them, it probably won't. Oh yeah, see, it doesn't look as good to them.
Oh.
But you can see like it changes through and it lights up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. All right, nifty.
And actually, yeah.
I should be illegal to say nifty.
And for the eyes, we used another product that we have. That is a single LED.
Yeah, you use the individual LED for the eyes.
Yes.
So go
That
to
is
our
also a
pods.
new product actually. Yeah.
No, we don't want pop-ups right now. We'll advertise to you later, but not today. All right. Well, it still looks really cool. I always I liked when you guys made this. I thought it looked pretty neat. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. So you have a demo to show us, I think.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Show us that quick demo, and then we'll move on to the next section.
Sure. So here we use a CDNO and a
Give
base
me one
shield.
quick second to actually. There we go. We're good.
Yeah. So here we will use a CDNO with a base shield on top of it because we need to communicate using digital. So we will use the base shield to use the digital port on this shield. So yeah,
All right. Cool.
here it is.
Sparkles.
Pretty cool, huh? Yeah.
All right. Neat. And so all this is open source and everything on our GitHub.
Yeah, this is all open source.
All right,
Yeah.
excellent,
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
So, all right, now we're going to show off some third-party products that we're bringing in.
Actually, before that, I just want to talk about
All right,
one thing.
go talk about what you want to talk about.
Just one thing.
While they prep.
Yeah, that is the LED, the small LED.
Do you want to show it off on the
Yeah.
screen?
Because yeah,
Okay. So we're here, and go for it.
yeah, sure. Okay, so yeah, okay. So this is also a new product that we released, and it's pretty cool because this is a single LED. We also had a single LED before, RGB LED, which is a chainable RGB LED, and
We switched over to the WS.
we switched to
2815.
WS2830. Actually, the one we had before, it cost about $6, and this one only costs $1.
Good idea.
Yeah. So it's very cheap, and you can use it in projects. You need to use an RGB LED, just like that. Yeah. So even this LED is chainable, so you can connect to as many LEDs as you want, just like the ring.
All right, cool.
And yeah, that's about it.
All right, so
Yeah.
almost ready. All right, so right now they're making sure the battery for the robot is charged. I guess the first one they tried was not charged. So they're getting the batteries ready. They'll bring over the robot. But I'm going to start talking about what we're going to show off before he gets here. Ooh, this link totally broke. Let me fix this real quick. Hit the backspace button twice, and my problems are not solved, but almost solved. Okay, I can't copy paste. I have to do it the slow way. Or I can't right click. Okay, Control C.
Oh yeah, and
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, I
So,
think yeah,
same library as all the other stuff.
same
just,
library.
individual.
Yeah, it's the same library.
Alright, cool. You were gonna say?
Yeah, and also like before I stopped talking about all these things, so I want to highlight that we also write blogs on our seed blog. We have seed blog. Maybe you can show them our seed blog.
Sure.
Yeah. So
So yeah, we do have the seed blog where we post some stuff.
yeah.
I'm a guest apparently. Let's actually just go here and get rid of one of these LEDs. So, you can find our blog. You can subscribe to it, or you can go to community and blog. Oh, I actually went on time almost. All right. So you can see all of our new stuff here. This is for both our PCB services with Fusion, which I'll invite them onto this live stream in October, I believe. And we also have other stuff, such as thermocouple amplifier comparison by Lakshantha, or how to use the 16-channel PWM driver to control a robotic arm. That'd be good live stream content. I'm terrifying you. You're like, I don't want to go over this. No, no. But no, like you actually did the robotic arm.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool to show people how they could actually quickly build some. So we have a blog here with all this information. We compare the ESP8266, the Wi-Fi only, with our W600, Wi-Fi only as well.
Yeah.
And he is almost ready.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over this. This is a product I want to highlight today. These are 97mm Mecanium wheels. They are exactly what you think they are. They are Mecanium wheels. So you can actually drive sideways and everything with these. And without further ado, let's get over to the demo. So first, go ahead and wave. Wait, wave to the camera.
Hello,
What's your name?
my name is Aaron.
Aaron?
Yes.
All right, Aaron, what do you have for us today?
This is the
These are the Mecanium wheels.
cat. You can
Oh yeah, and we also have the chassis. So as we can see, these are pretty cool. It can drive in pretty much any direction. So this is probably not like the best battery in the world right now, but you can drive any direction. You can go straight, you can go sideways. And these wheels let you go in any direction. They're not Omni wheels, they're Mecanium wheels. Omni wheels are slightly different. Now, we actually recently added these to Bizarre. We've been adding a lot more robotics. DIY robocars and everything has become a lot more popular. So this is kind of cool. As I attempt to deal with this lovely USB cable. So, this is pretty neat. So tell me a little bit about this. For this demo, the wheels, I don't know if this is the microphone or that's the microphone, so I'm going to yell. So, we actually have these as the wheels. But do we sell this chassis?
Check it.
Or is this just for internal use right now?
It's not for sale at the minute. It's we laser cutted it.
Okay, so this is currently for our internal use only. But we might be able to actually put this laser print out there for everyone later. Currently, we are using the Arduino to actually control everything. We have it going through, is that through Bluetooth? And then we just have like this knockoff version of PlayStation. Okay, yeah. Okay. So we just threw these together today? Alright, cool. So then these are the motor controllers.
Yeah, the driver.
These are the ones that we used to sell, right? We don't sell these anymore. We used to.
We are going to release these.
Oh, we are going to release these. Are these the new ones? These are the third party, or these are?
Yeah. The third one.
Okay, so it is our, okay, cool. So it's our third party. So we'll be releasing these soon. We don't have a web page for it yet, correct? It's not on Bazaar yet.
No, not yet.
Okay. When will we release these on Bazaar?
Most likely next month.
So next month we'll be releasing these. What voltage are they? 12 volt? Okay, cool. I have a little bit of Chinese. I understood just enough. Okay.
It has
Oh, you get your buttons to make sure it's powering and working. That's actually very useful to make sure it's plugged in correctly.
can easy to test the model.
Okay, that's really cool.
That's full speed.
So forward and backward buttons to touch both sides. That was fun. I had to. Same on the other side. What is it? What are these buttons then? Oh, okay. So you have motors on either side, so that if but these aren't plugged in right now. Got you. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So there's 2 channels here, 2 channels here. Okay, got you. So you test so channel. This is channel 1, and then this is channel 2, which is the other side. All right, cool. So we'll be releasing this in October. How much will it go for roughly?
Maybe
$4?
yeah.
Oh, just $4 for a 12 volt? That's not bad. Okay. Very cool. All right. Let's turn this upside down. So right now it's just pulsing the code through. We're not actually doing a continuous signal. We're just pulsing it through for this. But it's still pretty cool because with these wheels, you can actually, if you don't have room to turn like on a long shape or something, you can just crab walk over. And we have a lot of these wheels, right? How many different Mechium wheels do we have on our website? Wheel up?
Two types.
Oh, just 2 types right now? Okay. I know we've been looking at a lot. So currently we only have 2 that we are selling. But I know that we've been looking to add more. He has quite a few on his desk that he's been evaluating that we might sell later. But we're trying to build up a robotics section for DIY robocars. It's becoming quite popular. If you haven't seen the DIY robocars, be sure
These are the different types.
Okay, be sure to look it up online. We have the larger and we have the smaller ones right now as well. And we'll likely be adding more to this category. Oh, so you, oh, okay. I see, okay, so I can just pop it out. I just cut my fingernails last night. This is not working well for my freshly cut fingernails. Ow, it hurt. Yeah, I'm gonna give up. So you just pop these out, and then you can put them back in to secure everything. So I think he's gonna show us in 1 second. He's back here. He's looking for the tool. So, friendly reminder, we are a Chinese company, so sometimes I'll need some help with translations here. My Chinese is terrible, which is really sad because I've been here for 3 years. His Chinese, Sean's Chinese is actually pretty decent.
It's hard. Okay.
Hey, he studied in China. Hey, whenever we go out for food, you have to order, because you're the champion. All right, let's go bring this up on the table. We'll show it up here.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit easier for you. Right up here. Ah, I see. So we're popping. So he's popping these out right now, and we kind of need a tool to finish pushing it through and pull it all the way out. So what is this for? This is obviously for a shaft. It's like an Allen shaft, and then you will put a screw there. So this goes like this. Good. And then we put a screw through this side, so we'll put it back in here. Oh, you're just ripping off the, okay. That'll work. Well, we're ripping the robot apart, so you can kind of see how it works a little bit. This one has the axle going through here. So right here, this is a hex, basically like a giant hex washer or bolt, and it goes right in here. And the little ones are the same. So this will go in here, you'll plug it back in, and then I assume that this is threaded? Yeah, okay. So once you take this out, you would push it back in through here, and then you would put it through here?
Yes.
Okay. And so then this would give you your strength and how you would hold it down. All right, that's pretty simple. I'm excited that we're growing a robotics category. Then I'll just hand tighten it. But then it's all, well, then it's all tightened, and we are good to go. All right, very neat. Oh, so it actually can, oh, so these wheels actually fit on this too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's too low.
Yeah, I see, it's a little bit too low, I agree.
It's longer.
Yeah. Well, you have enough clearance still. All right, cool. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Aaron. All right, I'm gonna put the camera back there, and then we'll wrap up. So then, again, here are the wheels for the large ones. The small wheels I will also link to. So we have instructions on how to install the wheels and everything. We've been testing them out, making sure like they don't break easily. And we even have a bundle sale on the bottom where you can actually get the brackets for the motors and everything, the motors, so you can hold them all on, and then you're good to go.
And also, we have a robotics section on Seed Studio.
We have a robotics section?
Yeah, we're here, right here. If you
Oh,
go,
that's new.
if you go to the
When did we add that?
Yeah, like
A month
3
ago?
weeks
and I
ago.
just never
Yeah,
noticed?
about a month ago.
Oh, yeah, I just never noticed. Lovely. Way to go, Seth.
Because we have a lot of robotic stuff coming in.
Here, I want to go to one of these. Go to the front page, and give me 1 second real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, cool. So here's our page. Scroll down just a little bit, and you'll actually see a build your own robotics car kit. So that's exciting. So we're having a lot more of these. Oh. No. Cancel. Back. I clicked on it and it took me to LEDs for some reason. Maybe our page wasn't fully loaded.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. If not, we found a bug we get to tell people about. Yeah, everybody, we have bugs. Oh, okay. Because it's not fully loaded yet, and it's a Google link. Got it.
Is
Darn
it
it.
loading?
Yeah. It's just kind of slow right now because we're going to the US server to grab this info.
Okay.
Sorry guys, when we load our webpage, it's a little slow because we're going from China to the US server to grab the page. When I go to other websites that are blocked in China right now, it's a little bit faster because I'm going through a VPN. But the VPN only works for sites that are blocked, not for sites that are not blocked. So things can be a little slow for our live production site. Maybe I can beg him just to make it a global proxy, but I would use a lot of data. All right, well, I showed it off, and we will try to do that. I give up on the buggy website.
Yeah,
right
actually,
now.
I loaded it. Okay.
Okay, so if you were to click on it, you would see a bunch of robot chassis.
Can you show the screen?
No, it's not going to work. Can you send me the URL of the...
This one?
Just send me the URL. What is it? It's DIYcard.html?
Yeah.
All right. Rather than me try to slowly click on these ever-changing loading websites. Here we go. Got it. So double check for questions real quick. As for sales, I'm not sure when we'll have our next sale. I will ask, come back in about 2 weeks when I do another live stream. I will have to ask our website manager when we will be doing that. So to be fully transparent and honest, sales can be a little bit complicated since we have a large distribution network all over the world, like DigiKey, Mouser, and then a bunch of local markets. So when we do sales, we have to usually we can't do them too often, or else they'll be upset that we might be taking sales from them. So it's a balancing act on when we can have our own sales versus the distributors. So I hope that answers your question. I wish we would have some more sales now and then. What categories are you interested in for a sale? So YTFP, please let me know in chat. What categories would you like us to put on sale? So I can feed that information back to our bazaar manager, and she can evaluate. But I need your guys' feedback on stuff like this so I can get it happening. All right. So this is a robotics section. You can see actually these are Omni wheels here. So this is a 3 Omni wheel vehicle. I guess we probably laser cut these out as well, I'd assume.
Oh yeah.
We have a bunch of other different things going on here. This one has huge shocks. Oh my gosh, those are giant shocks. And these are Mechium wheels. 2-wheel balancer. So these are a bunch of fun things that you can work with and play with. We have a bunch of motor drivers, but we have the new one coming out soon in about a month. That'll be $4. So cheaper than all of these, which is always good. I like cheap things because I'm a cheap person. Also, we have different boards, such as the Coral and the Jetson Nano. RP Lidar. Bunch of fun stuff here. A bunch of wheels. So we have the 2 Mechium wheels that we sell individually. We might sell more in the future.
Yeah, so we got the...
Oh, okay, so you want the Helite modules. I forget what Helite is. Do you remember what Helite is? I remember I've looked at this product before. So I'll go over that in a little bit. At the end of this, I'm going to have kind of like a Q&A where I'll actually look up that product and I will figure this stuff out. But I want to finish the live stream for the content I have planned. Then I'll go back over that. So about another 10 minutes. All right, cool. So that's kind of what you have in this DIY car stuff. And again, look into robocars, DIY robocars. Chris Anderson has really been pushing that. And it's a really cool thing. They have a lot of cool events going on if you're near a big city. I know they just had some races at Circuit Launch, which is a makerspace fab lab for robotics located in San Jose or Oakland. It's on the border of San Jose and Oakland, over in the Bay Area. So please give that a look. So wrapping things up, everybody, we looked at all this fun stuff, and I think it's exciting. But I want to show one more thing. Copy link. I'm a fan of thermal cameras, and I'm a fan of community projects and everything. So I want to show this off. I found this on Hackster. This is am I on the right view? Yes, I am. This is an open source thermal camera, essentially. The thermal camera is obviously not open source, but the PCB and everything is. So this was posted on last week. So he goes on and talks about what a good use for them is for makers electronics, and they show this little guy off here. It's called the Open Thermal Camera, OTC. It's very simple, very basic, and they have a little Hackaday website and everything for it. So it's very small, 26 by 20 millimeter PCB. You can plug it. They have tools you can plug it into your phone and everything and get it streamed from it. Now, the downside of this, before I get to the price, which is a great price, the downside of it is that it is low resolution. But to be honest, most thermal cameras are, unless you want to go with a Faire thermal camera for thousands of dollars. This is 30 by 30, not even, 32 by 24 pixels. So very low resolution. I think a lot of the other thermal cameras that you can buy that cost $100, $250, I want to say that they're around 48 by 48 or something. So they're also low resolution. But one thing to keep in mind with this, and you can kind of see in this image here, how they're looking at essentially a Raspberry Pi. You can kind of see how bad it is in terms of resolution. But one thing to keep in mind is that it's $54. So you're at least half the price of other thermal cameras out there. And I believe that, almost $50 are for the camera itself. So this is kind of an exciting product. I really hope that Seed can carry this maybe in the future, but we need to know if there's a demand for this. Can you go back to the chat so we can see if there's any chat?
Yeah.
But we need to figure out if there are any, if there's enough of a demand for someone like Seed to carry this. We did try to carry the Fleur Lepton for a while, but I think we stopped that for some reason. But maybe we might be able to do this. It's a cheaper version. It's kind of exciting. You can do some cool things. And I think it's really neat to give like technology that's so prohibitive. One of the reasons I joined Seed and I love Seed is the idea that we can try to bring technology that was once high price, lower the cost, and sell it to the masses. I love that idea. This is one of those times where it's very cheap. Realistically, we'd have to have a markup on this. So we'd probably sell it somewhere around 70 or 80 bucks, still cheaper than anything else out there. And we might be able to even go cheaper since we would actually look for additional sources this open source project couldn't do. But it'd be really exciting to be able to actually build this and sell it and get these thermal cameras out to people. So let us know if you like this idea. Definitely take a look at this project. I'll leave the URL and the video description later today. And you can take a look at it. And it's also fun, again, just to look at things like your face. Because the glasses are weird with thermal cameras.
Really?
Yeah, because they're not hot like your skin is. So it's like all this like hot face, like these cold eyes. These cold, dead eyes. It's always kind of exciting. And it's also fun to like look off of mirrors and see thermal energy being pushed off of a mirror. So mirrors actually like ricochet thermal energy. So if I hold up like a thermal camera to a mirror, you can actually see like someone's body outline in the mirror because like heat is radiating off of them to the mirror and bouncing back off a little bit.
Yes.
So it's actually kind of an interesting thing to see.
I want to try it now.
You're right. So YTFP gave some feedback. He doesn't see the use case for low resolution. It's good enough to try to identify where on a circuit board you might have a short or some issue with overheating. It can give you a quick indication without you burning your finger. So I had to do that for mini boards.
Oh.
It hurt. So it can give you quick indications. And again, like keep in mind, low resolution is actually fine if you incorporate machine learning. That's the trick. Humans are kind of dumb when it comes to low resolution, but if you can properly actually train a what's it called? A model with thermal, you can quickly see irregularities even with low resolution. So you're right, for a human perspective, it's not that great. But if you can incorporate it with machine learning and such things, this could actually be very powerful. We already saw with like the Lidar, and the previous example I showed with the Lidar for touch and everything, they don't have a lot of data points, but they can tell all these different objects apart. They can tell apart two different coffee mugs that are slightly different in size, like the shape. They can tell apart like a bowl, like a cereal bowl versus a mixing bowl, even though they don't have a lot of data to go off of. Because once you train those machine learning models, they're more accurate than you. Yeah, I think it would be good for like a startup or someone or a makerspace to have this for a test jig at home. You're absolutely right. Thank you for interacting with us. I really like this. All right. So that's it for today. I'm done. I'm going to switch the camera back around to my lovely face. All right. So thank you for joining us today. I'm going to open it up for Q&A. So if anyone has any questions to ask us about Seed, I used to be an engineer for about a year before somehow I couldn't stop talking and they made me move over to marketing in my previous company and developer evangelism. So if you have questions, feel free to ask. Happy to answer things. Even if they're just like about China in general, please ask. He even studied in China at a Chinese university. He's originally from Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
Oh, you're cutting out half your face again.
Again? Okay.
For how long?
All right. Oh my god.
I didn't say that comment.
So he just knocked over the webcam off the table.
Okay. We should be good.
I will try to see if it comes back. Yeah, there we go.
Are you good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Sorry guys.
Good thing I have the
Drop it.
backup webcam here.
Okay.
All right. So he has a question here. All right, cool. So the question is, can you also combine the thermal image, I assume, with machine learning to rule out false positive for items that are not inherently a certain temperature? We're just seeing in the
Okay,
we're just seeing in the
okay.
live stream where he knocks over the video camera. Yes. Yes, you totally could. You could help figure out how to detect false positives. That is a real use case, figuring out false positives. That's actually an issue that machine learning has in general, is all of these false positives. But if you specifically train for these false positives, and you have a good way to test them and identify them, then yeah, you actually can have a good model to help represent these false positives. And you can learn and improve from there. So yes, you totally could. You're completely correct.
What statements can be used in conjunction?
Yeah, you can use them all at the same time. You can chain all these ideas together. I'm waiting for someone in chat to be like, did he just knock over the camera? Hey, at least it was that camera and not the camera attached to my actual MacBook.
Sure.
Because then I'd cry. Well, also, like, you know how I was at Hong Kong Bay last night?
Yeah?
And to replace my screen?
Oh.
It's even worse than the original crack. So I'm trying to figure out how to contact them to yell at them to fix my screen again.
They'll be able to do it.
Well, I leave in like 2 days to go to the US.
Oh yeah, you don't have much time.
All right. So one quick thing that I want everyone to be aware of. We are going to be off work for a little bit. So next week is a national holiday for China. So pretty much all of China will be shut down.
Yeah.
It's called National Week. So a lot of people will be gone. You might notice a lot of Chinese tourists traveling throughout the world. We'll be gone for a week. I'll be gone for about 2 weeks, but I'll try to do a brief live stream, maybe with some seed partners, while I am in the US. I think I might be able to get that going for like an hour along with one of our partners. Maybe someone who we manufacture with or manufacture their product. So that'd be kind of cool to be able to do and show you guys that in 2 weeks. But next week we are off. You might be able to catch me on our live stream. So I'll be on our live stream on Twitter maybe over the next week. Showcasing 1 or 2 things I find kind of cool if I head up like a tech meetup or something. But other than that, seed out! And that's when I would turn it off.
Uh-huh. Okay, sit out.
Okay, I don't think we have any more questions.
Yeah.
So, you can get like another 30 seconds, we'll head out. What
Yeah.
are your plans for the holiday?
Well,
I'm going to the US. What are you doing?
yeah, actually I'm planning to travel within China, but still I don't have plans. Because actually during the national holiday, like it's very troublesome to travel.
Yes, it is.
Because many people
Especially if
travel.
you're preparing last minute.
And it's really crowded. So
Yeah.
So I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just be in Shenzhen and just have a good rest for 1 week.
No.
You know?
Yes. Do you think you can go to Guilin where they have like those big mountains?
Guilin,
That's
yeah.
just, yeah, that's just like a ride away. It's like
Guilin?
it's like 2 hours by high-speed rail. Just check it out. It's really beautiful.
Maybe I'll make a last-minute plan. Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now that you know all about his travel plans, but just that I'm going to the U.S., let's go and stop. Thank you, everybody, for viewing us today. We hope you found this stuff helpful and informative. Please leave feedback so we can learn and do better next time. And next time, I'm hoping we'll have a very long Ethernet cable, so we'll be on the other side of the office. And it'll be a little quieter. And you won't have all this test equipment and engineers glaring at me because I'm blocking their test equipment.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
See
Thank you,
now.
everybody.
Please subscribe. Please everything. You know all the common stuff that I'm supposed to say, but I'm not going to say.
Yeah. And we love you.
Subscribe. Add my phone number. Send me letters. Lovely love letter, like the best love letters. Like see if you can do better than North Korea with their love letters.
Oh.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us today.
All right, where's the button to stop live stream? End stream.